When I first got my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema cameras, I was thrilled by the fact that it said you can record to USB, but I wasn't quite sure which drives I could use. So I did something I probably wasn't supposed to do, and I want to talk about that right now. All right, so when I start shooting with these Pocket Cinema cameras, and by the way, I have two of them. Right now, the one I'm talking to is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K G2, right? And then my other one is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, right? So both cameras. And I was kind of disappointed when I first started looking at the specs, because they'd have lists of what equipment you could save to and which ones you couldn't save to. And I noticed that the built-in specification for the SD cards, which isn't really a regular SD card, these were UHS to they're high-end, very expensive. Let's just say that. And you can also use these CFast cards. They're also very expensive, especially considering the space. And I had a ton of these. I had a ton of these around, right? These are simply, this is a Western Digital, and this is a Samsung EVO, I think there's a 850. Anyhow, they weren't on the list of acceptable drives, and that kind of bummed me out because I kind of planned on using all those all along. So the question was, well, they say not to use it, I shouldn't use it. So I don't shoot anything professionally. So let me give that as a disclaimer. If somebody was paying me to do a job, I'd probably have enough money to buy some extra cards and make sure they were real big and real expensive and take it out of the money I'm making from the thing. No, I do this for fun on YouTube. And so the idea is if I messed up a shot, it's not like taking somebody's wedding or a commercial video and then destroying it by recording it on the wrong kind of drive. So what I'm basically saying is, if you're going to do this, test it first. Don't take my opinion as being, like the law. This is what you must do. But I'm just telling you it worked for me. So I picked up a couple of higher speed USB to SATA adapters. And when I say higher speed, is that there are multiple flavors of these. This one here is a USB 3.1 or whatever, 3 point whatever, Gen 2. The point there is Gen 2 because that is faster by literally twice as fast as the Gen 1s, which can only do 5 gigabits per second, and these are 10. So with that extra speed, I can get pretty much the fastest that you could possibly get out of these serial ATA drives, because they're like 500 and some odd megabytes per second, which, by the way, is still kind of borderline of where you should be shooting, but it's faster than a lot of CFast cards. So that's why I says this has got to work. And just to be clear, this entire video is being shot on 2 of these exact drives. So what I do is, since I know that the 6K camera is literally saving 6K files, and the 4K camera saving 4K files, I made it a point of putting what I would consider the lesser brand, the Western Digital Blues, on the 4K, and I'm using the Samsungs on the 6K camera. This video is being shot with a compression on Blackmagic RAW of 12:1, although I've also shot at 8, and it's given me no trouble whatsoever. It's never had a problem. So if you're wondering if it can be done, yes. Should it be done? Well, that will be up to you if you want to give it a try. But again, make sure you're using a higher speed. I'm talking to the wrong camera all the time. You want to use a higher speed adapter for this. And these adapters are inexpensive. They're like $20-30, and solid state drives like this are dirt cheap these days. So to me, I keep 2 of these for each camera, one at the ready. That basically means when I'm done shooting this, I'm going to take the 2 solid state drives from the cameras, and I'm going to pull them off. I'm going to leave these dangling on there because I have extras upstairs in my editing space. And then I'll hang the two other ones on there, and they're ready to be formatted and go. So I'm going to take the two other drives, I'm going to use them. And I've been rotating between these two drives for most of my videos that have been used in the last month. So I will record and continue to record on these external SATA 2.5-inch drives. So they work for me. They may or may not work for you. If you have had, let's say, less than perfect results, or maybe you've tried this, let me know in the comments. But it's working for me, and maybe it'll work for you too. Thanks for watching.